you've been here for like how many? 5 years? 6 years. 6 years already. Do you think you personally changed, or like your personality changed maybe a little bit, like after 6 years living in Singapore?
Yeah, totally. I think already the experience of being abroad changes you. If you go live abroad, even for a short period of time, but if you go abroad and you don't change, you have to have it checked. And I'm thinking, well, now, there have been elections in Thailand, there are elections around the world, there are elections coming up in Spain as well. As I see the rise of nationalisms and extremisms and radical movements and like extreme right-wing movements, I think that traveling and living abroad is actually a vaccine against all that. First of all, because you become a foreigner. You come from someone like us, you come from a developed country, and you think, you're like entitled to certain things, and then you go to a different country and you're just a foreigner like everybody else. Yeah. So you're like, all your entitlements and all your rights are gone. You're just a foreigner. So that kind of teaches you some humility. So that's in general, like generally speaking, and then you have to adapt to different ways of doing things, different schedules. When you come from Spain, the time to have lunch or the time to have dinner is very different, and that creates problems when I go back, because I don't understand eating at 2 p.m. or having dinner at 10 p.m. That doesn't work for me anymore. But those are, I think, anecdotal. I think that once you've been in Singapore for a while, changes are deeper. I don't know how this is going to sound, but living in Singapore for a while gives you a different perspective on the state of law, your relationship with rules, and how societies work, a different relationship with civil responsibilities. I mean, I haven't thought about this, I'm just thinking off the cuff, but my feeling is that we're all more civilized. When you've been here for a while, you're all more civilized. I sent an email the other day to Spain. They require, I don't know, tons of paperwork. So I sent the million documents on my email that took me 2 weeks to compile, and then I sent that with all my love and all my hopes. Nothing. It's like, 24 hours later, still nothing. 48 hours later, still nothing. So I send an email. Did you receive, did you receive my documents? A week later, they say, oh, yes, thank you so much. We acknowledge receipt. I was like, guys, I mean, just show some respect. Like, in Singapore, you get, like, right away, people will reply, acknowledge receipt. I mean, there's a respect for each other. Yeah. Like, we'll understand that your time is valuable. Even things like safety. Just being able to leave your phone on the table to reserve your seat while you go pick up your food, that's something unthinkable anywhere else. Yeah. Or things like with the kids. I have 2 girls. In Europe, one is 11, so she's almost a teenager. I mean, all my friends in Europe, they freaking out, and all my friends in the US, that's a different level. In Singapore, my kids just go to school, take the bus. My kids would take the public bus. They took the public bus before the pandemic, so they were very young. And they were by themselves because I knew they were safe. Or you talk to strangers. I remember when we first arrived, the little one was 3, so she was very tiny. And then even the security guards, they will be saying hi and waving. And, in Europe, if a grown man says hello to a 3-year-old, you freak out. Like, you take your child and kind of like protect her with your life. I mean, it's like, don't talk to that freak. It's like, you'd be scared. Whereas here, you learn to kind of be more open and kind of you let your guard down, which is amazing and at the same time super dangerous.